Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Well, obviously, I'm actually still in Tarbert. It's not that good, is it? It's probably a good thing with this old face. Yeah, I just wanted to tune in and talk about the incredible weekend that we have and the sort of slightly gentle shift in the mission, which is still, of course, that we are one of the sickest countries, and I really feel that that is an unacceptable and unnecessary situation for us as a nation to be in. We once were a proud nation, and can we be that again? And what has to happen in order for us to change our health trajectory from one of the worst in the world to one of the best? And who's going to be an active part of that? Because clearly, as you know, I've said in many occasions, I can't do that by myself. And so I'm looking for others that share a similar vision, that we've been duped. We've been told lies about the body. Whether it was deliberate or not is kind of really irrelevant to me, because basically the bottom line is, where do we go from here? There's no point in ruminating over the past and saying, pointing the finger and blaming, shaming, and complaining about who did what and why they did what and all of that stuff. There's just no point. What we need to look at is a strategy for getting our health picture turned round. And, it's so interesting because when you look around us, we have absolutely incredible nature. We have the best foods, brain foods, that money can buy, in our rivers, in our lochs, in our forests, etc. I mean, it's just an absolute no-brainer. What we have, what has been provided for us as a nation, and we're not utilising it. And why on earth would that be? Because really, if people truly understood, and even my Auntie Mary said this to me, she's 90, she might even be 91, but she's, up there. She said, people don't really understand what you do. And, it's been a journey of 35 years of asking questions of why do we get sick and how can we get better without toxic and fear-based treatments and language. And that's all I've ever looked for. And that journey, seek and ye shall find, has taken me to the really incredible power of nature and our land, and the fact that we are nature and we're part of this whole energetic field. And inadvertently, what's happened is we've cut ourselves off from that with sunglasses, sunscreen, contacts, hats, plastic clothing, plastic shoes, and obviously the moving into an indoor lifestyle, which in Scotland, is understandable because the weather's rubbish a lot of the time. So, inadvertently, we've literally cut ourselves off from our power source. Our energy comes from the food that is energized from the planet, and then it comes into our body and it gives us energy, but so do the elements. And obviously, that's the thing that I'm really passionate about. How the light, the sounds, and the invisible, the phytoncides, the chemicals that nature gives off, how that charges our bodies. And, I was thinking about it this morning. It's like, even in the supplementation world, it drives me crazy. It's like, well, you've got to take that, but you've got to take that too. And then you've got to take that. And what about that? And it just becomes so complicated. And even as a nutritionist who's very well informed and, researched and experienced, it's changing all the time. The goalposts change. So how do we keep up with all that? So I really like things that are very easy to explain, simple to understand. And, it all comes back to the basics. And it's actually so simple. It's so simple that we can't believe it could be that simple. We're low in energy. Most people are that I speak to, and I include myself in that some days. And because we're inside, we've probably had a long, hard winter in Scotland. You've been inside a lot with Wi-Fi, with fake lighting, with heating. you're probably a little bit dehydrated and you're low in energy. The sun comes out this weekend. We've had a magnificent weekend. And you're just like a little flower, a little seed under the ground, ready to come out and blossom. And, it's obvious. And you can see people in our 3-day festivals. It's a mini retreat. You go through a process, you go through to the workshops. There's a huge variety of things that you can do here. There's 2 things going on at the same time over the 3 days. So you can tune into any workshops that you want, or, what people were doing here was just going out and into nature and enjoying the land in this incredible Westloch Wellness and Tarbert Holiday Park. But really, of course, now that I've moved up to the Health Hub, working with the superhuman protocol, the red light, the PEMF and the oxygen, and making sure that my body is charged, because obviously, how can I tell you about it if I've not tried it myself? If I don't use it myself, and if I don't feel that it works, then it's pretty crazy of me to try and tell you that it works. So I've done 6 superhumans already, and I'm looking forward to getting back tomorrow and getting back in this week. And, we're only just at the start of getting the data, and I'm measuring it on our Genius Insight and on the HRV, and I will be measuring it on the Biofield Viewer as well, to see how much charge we create in the body, but also how we can hold it. How long does your phone hold its charge? This old thing doesn't hold its charge as much as it used to. Why is that? And, it's the same, like if your car won't start, it's not knackered. It just needs charged. And sometimes you can roll it down a hill and it will charge. Sometimes you need to get an actual jump start. And it's kind of like that, because it is actually that electrical charge going into the body that gives the body the energy to do what it will always, 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 always do, which is return to homeostasis, which is just balance. There's a balance, and either when we're looking at it from an energetic medicine perspective, you've either not got enough or you've got too much. Either too much toxicity and not enough energy, not enough great food. My friend who's in the pod next door was saying that, I can't remember the exact stats, but it was like 80% of children are eating ultra processed foods. And it's like, that terrifies the living daylights out of me. What's going to happen over the next 10 years to health if you're not getting what the body needs in? Then it's obvious, surely by now it's obvious. I mean, some people still don't believe that food plays a part in health. I find that like almost impossible to believe, but the data is there. So there's a huge education situation that has to happen. And obviously we're really focusing in on the new academy, the Heal Together Academy up at the Health Hub. I've also been talking to Steve Losh here at Westloch Wellness. He wants to teach. He's already got 10 spin instructors in the community. What they're creating here is incredible. And it's train, teach people how to fish. That's what we have to do. I've got somebody who teaches meditation, somebody who teaches Qigong. So you can come, I'm going to get a whole lineup of things going on for you, so we can bring people in from all over the country, teach them how to do these things and go back into their communities equipped to pass on that we are energy. And there's simple things that we can do. You don't need to do high rocks. You can do Tai Chi or Qigong. You're going to get a phenomenal result. There's something for everybody. You don't need to be a raw vegan. You can be a carnivore. There's something there for everyone. There's no rights and wrongs. There's so much competition in our community. It's crazy. Everybody has something to offer, and we all have to move with the times. And, when I got to the Health Hub and I felt it in every cell in my body, I was like, this is the place. I've been saying it for a long, long time. We need a place for people to come and get the education, this inspiration and the support that they need in order to feel amazing. I mean, yesterday, you should have seen the buzz in this place. It was just incredible. And I had Kevin making copper trichallions and people just, creating things out of copper. I learned a lot about copper as well. And again, our intention and our influence over what would appear to be a solid object. So I'm learning from all these incredible people that come towards Scotland's Wild Medicine Festival. Arts and Crafts, Juliet, just an absolute angel of a girl who did our art workshop. And of course, we could do it all outside, most of it, which was phenomenal. I love being outside. If you can be outside and it's warm enough or dry enough and you're wrapped up enough, you're getting the natural light, and that is key to staying well, even on a cloudy day. So the next festivals in Quarriers, we're using Somerville Hall, and we'll be using the room upstairs in Quarriers, and it'll be the same format, Friday 2 o'clock through to the Sunday at 3, 4, when everybody gets finished. And I'm putting the programme together right now. It's going to be another amazing fest. Everyone, I've been doing it for 3 years, and this is the 4th one here in Tarbert. And, obviously, I used to be all worried about, will people enjoy it? And is it all right? And now I just don't even worry about that, because it's really not my responsibility to make you enjoy it. It's your responsibility to come and take the most out of it. And it won't be for everybody. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. If there's another festival that's more aligned with you, that's fine. That's okay, surely. It's not going to be for everybody. We totally get that. Nothing is. But what we are doing and what we are absolutely passionate about is being very focused on changing our health trajectory from one of the worst to one of the best. Now, I've been getting trolled. For some reason, people want to bring you down, want to make life very difficult for you. And, that can affect you if you let it. And it's like, why would you not want to have this information? Why would you not want to know how to help our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, leave them a legacy of something beautiful and energetic instead of this blame, shame, complain, negative attitude? I do not understand it. I understand that people can feel a wee bit threatened. It's like, oh, what am I going to do there? Because that comes from that lack mentality. There's not enough for everyone. But the reality is we're never going to turn our health trajectory around if we don't collaborate, if we don't have the share economy, if we don't share each other's networks, share each other's skill sets, share each other's inspiration, and look after each other. And that's what we're creating here. And I know fear comes in and people are like, they react and they go back into the 3D blame, shame, complain. It's like, them and us. It's not. This movement is for the whole country to start to, if we can get to 150,000 human beings who get it, who are awake, who are aligned, who are like, come on, what are we doing? The sickest nation, highest drug deaths, highest suicide rates. No. The politicians are not going to fix this. Big Pharma's not going to fix it. So what happens if we do nothing? What happens then? We continue on this slide, down to what? It is not an option. Failure is not an option. And we need to pull together. We need to overcome petty differences and fear of lack. You're doing this, you're doing that, I'm better, you're dangerous, all that chat. It just isn't even real. We all have the same intention. We will all do it very different ways. We had a phenomenal power breathwork session with Sharon yesterday, who knows that people that come to our festivals love to breathe, love to get. So she gave us the newest stuff that's coming out of the Wim Hof method. It's absolutely incredible what our human bodies are capable of. And here's the thing. A lot of people are scared of their bodies, and a lot of people are scared of other people's bodies. I'm not. I know the incredible sacred creation that you are, the magnificence of the body. There is no fear. I know that whatever happens in your body and you're letting go in your breath work, your body knows what to do. That's the level. It's not a belief, it's a knowing how incredibly powerful you are. And all that language around it's dangerous, they don't do this, they don't do that. Trust me, that comes from fear. If somebody's got genuine concerns, I always say, go and have a private one-to-one breathwork session first until you get confident. Because when you start to breathe and shapes and images start to come and tingling, and it's like, it can be, what's this? That's the only problem. The only problem you can have. And as soon as you start to get confident in your body and get into a state of awe around your body, we've seen it. Been doing this work for so long now, been teaching breath work for 7 years. It's absolutely incredible what happens when you change how you breathe. Never let anybody tell you, well, that's dangerous. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Get curious, get open, be mindful if you are scared, for sure. But we can help you break through that. Sharon did it with a girl who was 2, didn't want to go into the ice pots, long COVID, the usual story that we're hearing these days. You've just seen it. She took her into the ice, and then she was absolutely buzzing afterwards. The fear. And people love to propagate the fear. I do not know why, because your body is beyond intelligent and magnificent, as is mine. Aye, it's maybe a wee bit slower, but I'm getting fitter and fitter. I can feel it. And is that the superhuman protocol? I don't know. Is it the shift in consciousness? I'm not going to blow sunshine up your ass and tell you I've got the cure and the miracle for everything. But what I do know is what can be achieved with the nature. And the superhuman protocol, all it's doing is taking what's out there, because we're not out there enough, and putting it back into the body. It's like plugging in your phone to get charged. My vision, as soon as I saw I thought we need to get these biotherapies all over our country. We need to get people charged. We take them out the red, get them into the amber, and just gently, gently charge up. If we can get to 150,000 people, that's a critical mass. And we will help create this power grid. I need to read to you what my friend Lorna sent to me. This blew me away. So she does the gene keys, right? And where is it? And obviously, so I don't really know a huge amount about it, but apparently I'm a manifesting generator or something like that. Anyway, it's very, very interesting. I do intend to look at it more, but she'd been looking into her and I, and the key came up that it's called the heart of the transmission. And here's what it said: the third and fourth link brings the trial and error of the 55th heart of the festival, and your fourth line brings the heart-centered influence, if you can understand that bit. But this is what really blew me away. Together, you are creating a frequency field that is literally shifting the DNA of everyone in the room. Now, I know that. I didn't really think about the DNA, but I know when the brains entrain and the cells start to mimic each other and we're in coherence, we have a collective power that if everybody, and Joe Dispenza demonstrates this, it's not me, I learned it from him. If we can pull together, and this is the whole problem, can we? Or it's like, that's not what she does that, she's dangerous, she's not that. That's the problem. It's not for me. But for people that are thinking like that, that's going to keep your vibration low. When you go, wow, what can be achieved if we all pull together for the greater good of each other, instead of trying to steal that from each other's energy fields, actually go, what can I do to participate in this? And it doesn't need to be anything to do with me or Heal Scotland. There's plenty of people out there doing incredible things. And I've got the pleasure and joy of meeting a lot of these people and platforming a lot of these people. But the reality is, there are still a lot of people do not understand about hyperbaric oxygen. You know, even I used to cut a guy's hair and they went all around the world with hyperbaric learning because they had the place in the guilt page. I learned so much from him. I was like, why is everybody not in there? At its very essence, it helps speed up healing. Who doesn't want that? Because obviously what can happen if your blood sugars are out, if your energy's down, healing slows down. And if we've got ways to speed that up, is that not something worth sharing? Would you not want to know about that? And what kind of goon would I be if I thought, I'm keeping this to myself, I'm not going to tell anybody, and I'm going to get better, and none of you are? I mean, no. Come on. So what I'm saying is, can we bring health at home into your home? If you've got some cash, you can buy it, set it up in your own house. What about into your community? Can you read? Can you, I can even come and help you with this. Can you basically join, sorry, I'm getting distracted by a message there. Can you raise money in your community and find a hall or a space somewhere to put that so that people in your community can access this battery charging? Or can you bring it into your business? Do you have a spare room in your business? Are you looking to expand your business? So that's the three ways I see us being able to spread it out. And can you get together with a few of your mates and say, let's chuck in a few £100 each and let's get these biotherapies set up in a space somewhere and let's do this. So in terms of proof, obviously, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing up in couriers, I'm like, my God. And you don't want to over-egg things because not everybody's going to get these phenomenal results that you're seeing. Some people need a little bit more support, and I'm very, very keen on what you're doing at home. Because you might spend an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours up at the health hub. That's still 6 days and 20 hours at home. What do you do then? And, it interests me as well, if you don't change your diet, how the superhuman would affect you. All of that does interest me. But right now, I'm much more about thinking, right, how can we support this process at home? And how can we get this out to the masses for the people that are interested? And if the naysayers can do their own thing, whatever they want to do, go to the doctor, go to the hospital, this is not for them. I know it's not for everybody. But what I do know is there's a lot of people sitting out there that are suffering right now that could maybe be out of suffering in a few weeks if they knew about this. And that, to me, is what drives me. It's because I know that when somebody gets diagnosed in your family with whatever, if somebody's really sick in your family, it affects everyone. It affects everyone in the whole inner circle. And as a country, collectively, if we have a third of our population sick and a growing number, that affects everybody. It becomes more difficult to keep yourself up and excited about life. And, of course it does. And that's when we start to believe that we're separate. And that's when our frequency goes down and we start to feel hopeless. So we have to have hope. And somebody said to me, you're not giving people false hope. What even is false hope? It's not even a thing. It's a bit like saying it's fake lighting. It's still light. It's maybe not the light that's going to serve you best. Hope is the reason we get up in the morning to make a difference. Now, it's challenging times, for sure. But listen, the spirit of the human beings, under a crisis, under pressure, we don't need a lot of the things that we think we need. What we need is great food and great humans around us and an attitude of gratitude. And what are we going to do? What are you going to do? And that's what I was saying to the guys at the festival. I need help. I'm moving it. I'm putting Heal Scotland to the side slightly because it's a charity that will be run. It'll be 4 festivals and it'll be a community. And I'm hoping that people will help me keep that going. And if they don't, well, they don't. But I'm really hoping that they will. And I feel that they will. And then I'm moving into pastures new, where I'm going to look after myself for a little bit. I'm going to help the health hub become known as a really phenomenal destination because I know what's in there. The equipment in there will blow your mind. And I'm going to focus on that because I've been saying for years, we need a place where people can come. And Jonathan has created that place. And it's only going to get better and better and better. So please, I see somebody's made a wee comment. Morning, Paul. Morning, Kimberly. How you doing? So what I need from you, because I'm not going to lie, I've been moving, I've been doing a lot of different things, and I've been feeling it quite challenging. I've been considering giving it all up. But obviously, everybody feels like that sometimes. And that's when you have to go, guys, I need help. And I'm asking you for help. Help me get people along to the festivals. That's all. Join the community for a £5 a month if you can. The new question is going to be, what are we going to do with the money? Because I'm no longer, not for the next 2 years, going to be running the heal-ins. And that's really primarily what took up a lot of our money. We need to get nice, great merch, because that's definitely another way to get the brand out. The community is where you're going to learn all the things that we're not allowed to talk about or can get taken down in the mainstream media, because let me assure you, there is a spiritual war going on and they're trying to keep a lot of this information away from you. And I'm not going to go down the big conspiracy theory, but we the people have to stand up, and it's a numbers game. If enough of us, 150,000 of us, if we can get to that critical mass, and I honestly think that we can. then we can start to change things. But I can't do that myself. What are you doing? How can you get involved? How do you want the biotherapies in your home, in your community? Raise money. Let's get this party started. I'm looking for leaders in their field, people that are actively proactive, that are willing to stand up and be counted, that are willing to say, right, come on, let's do it. Maybe we can raise money to subsidise packages and data, because what we really want is to get the data around what is happening at a scientific basic level with the biotherapies, and how we can, because obviously people are going to say, that's a lot of shit, because that's what people do when they don't understand. Thank you, Emma. That's lovely to hear. So that's kind of what can bring people down. You know, you can come really inspired. I was talking to somebody yesterday. She said, "Oh, people try to put me off," and I've been that person. You know, you've got a new idea, you can see the spark of it, and then a few other humans will come in and just put the light out. And Kevin was, his talk was brilliant yesterday when he was making these copper things. I was like, you're so talking my language. What this shift in consciousness is moving from the head to the heart. Simple as that. Let's put a kilt on it. Start listening to your heart. Start tuning into your intuition, and it might take you to a place that feels bizarre. It might take you to a place that feels uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Follow it. That's what I'm doing the whole time. When the trolls are coming in, I just have to go, oh, it's just another retest. And I have this strong, strong faith. And obviously moving is a quite big, a lot of things going on. I'm learning lots of new things. And yeah, I'd kind of forgotten that it was probably going to shake my boat a little bit. But that's okay. This weekend has just been an absolute godsend. I feel amazing today. I'm excited to get back. And I'm excited to forge ahead with other people who are willing to forge ahead, because we need to outnumber the naysayers and the critics and the people that are trying to bring you down, and for whatever reason. We have to do that. And it's not just me it happens to. It's happening to a lot of people. I know that. I speak to them. So it's up to us to all stay together. And it's interesting, you know, because some of you will know I'm doing this big business entrepreneur course, which is incredible. And what they do is they give you a tribe of entrepreneurs, because whether you say health, whether you say wealth, you're going to get the naysayers. And that's just what humans seem to be like. And they want to dress it up as, you know, in their very nice way of like, we need to be careful. No, we don't. Look where we are. We're way, way, way beyond needing to be careful. We need to be brave. And we need to forge a new way ahead. That's what we need to do. So if you're telling people things are dangerous and you need to be careful and blah, 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 you're back there, up here. There is nothing to be scared of, ever. And certainly not your body, and certainly not breathing, and certainly not the cold. That is all absolute bullcrap. So if you are in fear and would like to come out of it, send me a DM. That's what I do best. I will inspire you and teach you how incredible you are and how incredible your body is. I've been running retreats. I ran 23 retreats in the last 15 months. I work closely with people. I watch them. I get them breathing. I inspire them. I know how to do this with my eyes shut. Probably, and this is not blowing my own horn. This is just actually the reality of what I've done and what I do. These 3-day festivals, you can come for £97 for 3 days. It's a mini retreat. You're going to feel inspired and different by the time you leave, because you've given yourself that time. You've opened your mind to other new things. You might not love every single workshop. You might love some. You might be, but you go home educated, inspired, and supported. You've got new tribes, guaranteed you've got new friends. And what a laugh we have had. Natalie kicked us off on Friday with laughter yoga. I mean, it's just, even watching it, my grandkids were like, what are you laughing at? And they were laughing because it's infectious, right? We need to be infecting each other with laughter and joy. And then Cara's got her big van load of toys. So Saturday night, my friend Steve came down and DJ'd brilliant music. And then Cara got all her toys out and people were just all dressed up and it was hilarious. Childlike, stupid. And I was looking out going, no wonder people think we're mental. and how people, I was talking to somebody last night and she said that, she would normally have avoided that and go, bunch of fannies. Yes. And she's like, now I'm delighted to be one of them. It's so interesting as humans. We don't want to sing. We don't want our voice to be heard. Don't even want to chant or hum. We don't want to breathe. We don't want to dance. It's like, what's happened to us? I was saying, and this is me being honest, I obviously played the guitar for years and had a lot of sing-songs all over the world, sang with lots of people, created big, phenomenal sing-songs, always with alcohol. Never, ever, ever, up until probably 7 years ago. I was just like, if it's not 2 a.m, I'm not playing the guitar. And now I just pick it up and don't bat an eyelid about it. I mean, that is really where you're like, right, why? Why was that? Why were you so self-conscious, so caring about it's because it's not even about approval, it's about the level of confidence you have in yourself and needing a few drinks or whatever it is that you use to give yourself that confidence. It can be done with breath work. You're like, yeah, I am amazing. And don't get me wrong, the chemistry will change and you can go back down again. But the more you do it, the more you realise, and the more you do it with other like-minded others, it's fun. And when I started, it was in Malta, I was inspired by my friends. They invited me to speak at a festival that they were doing, and I was like, let them go at a festival. Then I realised that's my people, that's my audience, people that like to have fun, like to dress up, like to go to things, love music, love dancing, love that. That's my people, man. So I was like, that's the way to educate and inspire. In Scotland, surely, and I tried it for the first time in the marquee down in Tarbert, and people came. So that's why we're doing it this way. Educate, inspire, support. So get yourselves along to a festival. It's brilliant value for money. When you think there'll be like, I don't know, around 25 to 30 workshops there, what would you pay for that if you were going to each of them individually? And if you can't afford the £97, you just DM me and tell me what you can afford. All I need is heart-led, driven people that are willing to be part of the change, part of the movement, part of trying to get this critical mass of 150,000 people out of fear and into 528. That is how we do it. That is how we do it. So I think that's probably enough for me. I'm going in a business coaching call at 12. I'm going to empty my van. And I'm going to hang out with my auntie and my daughter and my grandkids. And then I'm going to be heading back up to the Health Hub tomorrow. We have a fete. Let me put you, we've got a fete up in the Health Hub, which is going to be really nice as well. I've got, let me see there. I can't remember the date. Let me just try to look for the date. Sorry, bear with me. It's June the 13th, I think. Fete. Let me see. Oh no, I don't know where it is. Anyway, we've got a fete coming up. We've got the festival in Quarriers. We've got the festival back in Strontea in Arundel because, oh my God, I love it there. I'm going up to meet Chris and we're going to be talking about how that's going to look and how we can make it even better than last year. And then we've got Tarbert's Day in next year. Hopefully going to be in Skye again next year as well. The promise is we're going to do 4 a year. I also loved Aberfeldy last year. Nairn was fun. So I'm not quite sure where the other venues are going to be next year, but 4 a year. And then the community. So you can help by putting a £5 in a month. Let's talk about what are your ideas about what can we do with the money? How can we help people access the biotherapies, access the academy? What do you want to learn? Let me know what you want to learn. What courses would you like to see at the academy? And what can we do that's online as well? Anyway, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You can't do that. You can't be that. You can't be that person. So yeah, get yourselves along. Help me share the event, share this video, get involved, take action. That's what we have to do. We've all been hoping somebody else would fix it, haven't we? Including me. And it's getting worse and worse. We have to change it. Hi, Margaret. Fab weekend. Oh, yeah, it was just amazing, wasn't it? Absolutely. And thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate the people that come and show up. It's incredible. And it's so nice that people come and really understand the level of work and commitment it is for Heal Scotland and appreciate what I do rather than trying to tear it down. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sending huge love to you all. Have a great week and I'll talk to you all soon. Ciao.